everyone, I'm 𝗥𝗶𝗵𝗀𝗀 and today I'm here with Tina. We are from IILT. So we are back with another role play and Tina will give you more details about what we are going to do today.
Yes. So today in our role play we are going to talk about a condition called as angioedema and hives.
Yep.
Okay, so both together. And this is about a 25-year-old boy or a girl. Okay, so we'll see who it is. Right? So he's having this symptom, that is angioedema and hives.
And he's
a
worried.
condition and he's completely worried. He's thinking he's going to die or because he's having breathing difficulty and so we'll see how we are going to handle the patient. It's because he's anxious what he's going to do, like what is going to happen to him.
Exactly.
So that is what it is.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. So I'm going to take the role as the nurse and Richa is going to take the role as the patient. And
let's start.
Let's get started. Okay.
So you'll have 5 minutes and you can start now.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tina Thomas and I'm the registered nurse working in this emergency department. And you're looking very worried today. How may I help you today?
Hi there. So my name is Richa and I'm here because I'm having a lot of discomfort feeling these days, especially today morning when I woke up. So I'm really worried about it because I can see that I'm having a lot of rashes and swelling and my skin is also really red in color and I'm having breathing difficulty too. So I really don't know what happened. It kind of like happened all of a sudden. So I'm really worried.
I'm so sorry to hear that and I certainly understand like morning when you get up and when you see all these symptoms in your face, you know, it happens. I can certainly understand from your side. Okay, so you were telling me that you're having rashes and you're having slight swelling and you're not able to breathe, right?
That's right.
Yes. And could you please tell me more about it? Like any other symptoms are you experiencing other than these?
Nothing else. I just feel a lot of trouble with this itchiness because it is really bad. I always have the tendency to itch. I cannot stop it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm facing right now.
Okay, so okay, fine, don't worry. We'll see what we can do about it. May I ask you some of your regular activities, what you did previously? Like,
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so could you please tell me, did you try any new food yesterday?
Well, I didn't try. Oh, yes, when I recollect, I went out with my friends yesterday and I tried seafood for the first time.
Okay, so you tried seafood for the first time.
Very first time.
Like shellfish or something?
Yeah, yes, I had shellfish as well, yeah.
Okay, and then are you allergic to any medicines?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay, and are you having any sort of dust allergies or anything
No,
like that?
I'm not allergic to anything at all.
And do you love doing gardening or anything like that?
I don't do gardening, no.
And do you have pets at home?
Yes, I do have a dog.
You do have a dog, and how long the dog is with you?
Ever since I was a child, so I'm not allergic to a dog.
Okay, fine. So what I understood is from you is that sometimes it can be a shellfish. We don't know, but we have to do a lot of tests. For time being, I'm going to administer you an antihistamine so that the swelling will be, subsided, it will be reduced, and even it will ease your breathing difficulty. May I?
Yeah, please.
Okay. And actually, Richa, these symptoms, what you're having now, suggest of angioedema and hives. So I think you're having an angioedema right now.
Oh, I have never heard about it. Could you please break it down for me?
Definitely, I will tell you what angioedema is. Angioedema, actually, it is a painless swelling that happens under your skin and it can be due to some animal allergies. So as you already said, you have an animal at home and ever since you are a child, you are having this pet dog with you. So it's not that. And sometimes it can be due to pollen allergies, maybe through gardening or some dust materials, even sometimes through drugs, that is medicines, okay, and maybe some food allergies or even through some medications, some out-of-the-counter medications if you would have. Sometimes you can have these allergies. So this is called as angioedema. Yes, are you able to understand?
Oh, all right, okay, so it's an allergic reaction,
it's
right?
An allergic reaction because
so
of something what you would have taken or maybe through a dust or maybe any drug. So I think what I understand from you is that you have tried a new food, that is a shellfish sort of food you would have had yesterday, and I think that would have provoked you to have this allergy.
Are you sure? Like, are you very definite about your diagnosis?
See, this is angioedema. The diagnosis is angioedema, so it's a condition is angioedema, and moreover, I am a nurse. The doctor is the best person to diagnose it. Okay, so we have a lot of tests what we can do, allergen test, okay, skin test. So anyway, I'll talk to the doctor. He will see what we can do about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I would like to advise you on some things. May I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there are certain foods and medicines that you need to avoid, just like nuts, shellfish, milk, eggs, aspirin, and some NSAIDs, that means painkillers. Okay, so these are the ones which can cause allergy. And I would really like to tell you one more important thing to keep in your mind. In case, like after me giving you an antihistamine, when you go back home, your symptoms will definitely reduce. But in case if you are having shortness of breath or swelling in your throat, please come back, otherwise call a doctor and seek medical attention. Yes?
Sure.
Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to ask me?
Well, nothing else.
Okay, so don't worry. So the antihistamine will start to work on you right now, and after you get sobered, you can go back home and just watch for all these symptoms.
All right, definitely.
Okay, thank you then.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So by that we have come to the end of your role play.
Yes.
So that was a role play where the patient was really worried about what suddenly happened to her, and she was too concerned, right, about whether she's all right or whether there was any other complications.
And this is the first time she's experiencing something
this is the very
like this.
first time
Morning
too.
she got up and she's seeing a flaring of her skin and swelling. So obviously anybody will have that. So Richa had depicted the same scenario of how a patient should be.
Yeah.
And later on, I think in the feedback session, Richa will be telling us how to handle the situation, how we can put some keywords and how to frame sentences based on that, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, hi everyone. This is 𝗔𝗴𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀 from IILT with the feedback session. So we just now saw a role play where a patient has approached you with angioedema and you are trying to explain the information about what causes it and what are the prevention methods. Okay, so let's get into how to pick the keywords and create sentences. Let's get started. So the first task, as usual, it is address the concerns of the patient. So you know how to do it, right? So the keyword here is concern, addressing the concern. So you can start by saying good morning and introduce yourself, and after, as a continuation of that, you can ask how can I help you? Simple as that. Okay. Second task. Ask about the symptoms and collect some information of regular activities, food, allergy to medicines or allergens, pet dander, etc. So all the information in the bracket, yes, definitely we have to cover those, but here mainly the keywords would be symptoms, information of regular activities. Let's see how to do it. Okay, so you can actually start task number 2 with an initial assurance by saying, don't worry, everything will be all right, but in order to help you in a better way, I need to ask you some questions. So can I? And you can start by asking questions like, did you eat any new food recently, or did you try any new cuisine recently? Okay, that is the first question, because this is possible due to food allergy or something like that, so you can ask that particular question. And then the second question is, are you allergic to any medication or allergens, such as pet dander, pollen, so on. So you can ask such few questions like that. So as an end to task number 2, you can ask say thank you so much for answering my questions. Okay, now let's see task number 3. Inform the patient that you will administer antihistamine to help with the swelling. So what are you doing here? You're going to provide the medicine to her to help the swelling to come down. So the keyword here would be administer the medication, help with the swelling. Okay, so after we say thank you for answering my question, you can say that I can see that you're having swelling on your body, so I will provide you with an antihistamine which will help you to bring down the swelling that you're having right now. So shall I proceed with it? You have to take permission. Okay, and task number 4. Inform the patient the symptoms are suggestive of angioedema and hives and it will go off very soon. Alright, so here once you gave the medication, so the patient will be again confused about why is the patient suffering all this problem. So you have to explain what is wrong, right? So there you can actually say that it is suggestive of this particular condition. So how to do that? So here the keyword would be symptoms is suggestive of angioedema. So you're going to say, so I based on our discussion and after examining you, I think the symptoms might be suggestive of angioedema. And don't worry, it will go off very soon. And as an end to this, you can ask a question like, do you know what it is? Or you can ask a question like, are you aware about this condition or have you heard about this condition? So that is the end of task number 4. Let's see task number 5. When asked, explain angioedema, painless swelling under the skin, animal dander, pollen, drugs, venom, food or medication. So here you are actually going to explain what is this condition, right, and whatever is mentioned in the bracket too. So the keyword would be explain and every information given in the bracket. So let's see how we can create a sentence here. So you can say, I understand that you're really concerned about what might be causing all this problem for you, but don't worry, let me explain what is angioedema. Okay, so it is a painless swelling under your skin which can be caused due to animal dander, pollen, drugs, some reaction to some medication, or if you are having some poison in your body, or if you got a food poisoning or some allergic reaction to the medication. So this is how you are covering all the information which is mentioned in the brackets there. So what I did here is that I just gave a brief explanation by picking every single detail which is given in the brackets. I added some some adjectives and adverbs in front and back, and then I completed that sentence there. Okay, so this is how you can do that particular task. Let's see the next one, which is the task number 6, where you are going to advise the patient to avoid certain types of foods and medicines like nuts, shellfish, milk and eggs, aspirin, NSAIDs, etc. Okay, so here in the role play we just saw how Tina Miss did it, right? Because in the initial part she asked a lot of questions like what you ate, did you eat something new? So as an answer to that, the patient might give you some information. Okay, so we can pick that information here. Like we can use the same information which we received initially here. Okay, so say for example in the role play the patient said the patient tried seafood for the first time. Okay, it can vary, but in this particular role play the patient said the patient tried seafood. So here let's see how we can club that information too. So here the keyword would be avoid certain types of food and medicines. That's a keyword, and whatever information is given in the bracket. So let's see how we can create a sentence there. Okay, so you can say that Mr. David, I would like to suggest you some measures to prevent this problem in the future and also to subside the symptoms that you're experiencing right now. Please try to avoid certain types of food and medicines such as nuts, shellfish, because you told me that you tried seafood and you're not allergic to anything else, so the possibility is that you were allergic to the seafood, so try to avoid that. And milk and eggs, aspirin and some medicines such as NSAIDs and other antibiotics. Okay, so that's how you can finish that particular task. And if you want, here you can actually say that the doctor will be coming soon, okay, which is actually mentioned in the next task. So if you want, you can actually inform this before itself. Okay, after you speak about the medication, about the aspirin and NSAIDs, you can say that we will actually talk to the doctor and we will see what are the things you need to avoid and what are the things you should not avoid. Okay, and the task number 7. Reassure the patient the symptoms will subside soon and to see the doctor. Breathing trouble, swelling in throat. Okay, so here we are actually telling the patient that the symptoms will subside soon and he has to see the doctor in case if his symptoms are becoming severe. So what are the keywords here? Symptoms, doctor. Okay, so we are reassuring the patient by saying, Mr. David, I reassure you that your symptoms will subside soon because I have given you the medication already. In case if it's not, and if you're having trouble in breathing or if you feel like there is a swelling in your throat, please make sure that you see the doctor. Okay, that's how you can finish that particular task. Okay, so this is how you can do this particular role play where we are talking to a patient with angioedema and hives, and here we easily picked out the keywords and created simple sentence. Okay, so as I always say, keep practicing because practice makes a man perfect. So you just need to pick the task and create sentences, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 sentences for one particular task. Okay, the more sentences you make for a single task, the more perfect you are becoming in creating sentences. Okay, so let me know if this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.
IILT, it's my cup of tea.